Valens Research, Uniform Financial Analytics.
UnitedHealth, most people know them as a HMO, right? They are the largest insurer in the United States, single. If you count all the Blue Cross Blue Shields as independents, you don't aggregate them all together. UnitedHealth has the most lives, if you will, that it insures in the U.S. And the reality that's really interesting, though, about UnitedHealth is it's not just a health insurance company. It's also a healthcare data, healthcare tech play, which is what is really interesting when you talk about the business. That really the revolution in this business the last 10 years has been they got so big as an HMO that they really couldn't grow as much as an HMO. So then they created Optum. And what Optum is basically leveraging their infrastructure, their data and insights on people's lives, et cetera, to generate new revenue sources. They've got Optum RX, which is a PBM where they sell drugs to people in their insurance plans. They've got Optum Care, I believe is what it's called, which is basically partnering with hospitals, taking over physician practices, and really operating healthcare on their own to be able to get the most efficient, highest quality healthcare by leveraging the data that they have on the best practices. And they've got Optum Insights, which is them literally leveraging the massive troves of data they have on things like treatment plans, outcomes, different prescription trends, et cetera, to help life sciences companies, pharma companies, medical equipment companies optimize their portfolios and understand the market dynamics. So it's interesting is that has been a huge story for the company over the last 10 years. And that huge story over the last 10 years has caused this company to go from basically to triple the market, right? The market has been up around 250, 260%, and they've been up over 1,000%. Right? They have massively outperformed the market over the last 10 years. And yet, if you looked at as reported metrics, you would be scratching your head as to why. Because looking at as reported metrics, you would see a company that is a 8% return every single year business that, maybe grew on average at, 9 or 10% a year. That's not the kind of company that's up 1,000%. That's not the kind of company that more than triples the market's performance over time. But when we look at the uniform accounting data, what we can see is leveraging Optum and their data platform to unlock the value of their core legacy business led return on assets to go from 25% to 40% in its peak in 2018. And even as it's come down, that's only been because they've still been investing at 10 to 15% a year in terms of their investment in the business too, right? And so what we can see is so powerful using uniform accounting is we can actually see the power of UnitedHealthcare's transformation in a way that as reported metrics never in a million years would show. Like they would show a stagnant, low return, boring business that's pouring money into something that it hopes is a big, hairy, audacious idea, but in reality isn't moving the needle at all. It's only using the uniform accounting data that we see reality.
Valens Research, the world's leading source for uniform financial analytics.